Om Namaste, what up everybody? Feeling good today. I have no idea what I'm going to talk to you about, but usually these are the best talks because they come straight from spirit. It's okay to not know. We think that we have to know everything, and that if we don't know everything, people are going to think we're stupid, or we don't have it together, or we can't be trusted. But it's good to not know, because when you're in the place of not knowing, you're in a flow state. You're not arrogant, you're not cocky. You trust that the moment will see you through. The moment's always seeing you through. The problem is we've convinced ourselves that we're seeing the moment through. That I'm here sharing all this wisdom with you, when in reality, it's the circumstances in my life that have caused me to have the yearning, the urge to share what I share with you. So you could say that even our desires come from a place that we can't really say is who we are. That everything that happens in your day, you can take ownership of it and say you're doing it, or you could say that you and everything that's happening is part of a greater whole. It's being orchestrated for a greater whole. So stop thinking you need to know everything all the time. When they say know thyself, it's interesting how most of us don't know what that means. Most of us don't know what thyself is. But yet we live with each other, with ourselves every day. We don't know how our heart beats. Conceptually, science tells us that it's the blood that floods our heart and then pumps out in our veins, but what level of intelligence created all this, created us, is allowing all this to occur right now? Can we understand that level of intelligence, or is it purposely something that we cannot intellectually understand, and it must be trusted and loved and enjoyed without reason? You never knew when your first love was going to happen. It just happened. You never knew why you love the things you love to do. You just love to do them. A lot of the things that are important to us come from a mysterious place, from the unknown. But because we have these brains that like to label everything and feel like they know everything so that they can find some kind of stability, it's very difficult for us to stay in the place of not knowing. But yet, the longer we stay in the not knowing, the longer we realize that we never knew, and that it's okay. It's okay to not know. It's not scary. And if we fall into the not knowing, we loosen up. We lose the grip on life, on how things should be, how things ought to be, what we must do to fix things. Instead, we just trust that everything will be as it is. We learn to live in the isness. Faith is trusting in the unknown. So can you put your trust in the unknown? Sorry, I took a wrong turn. I had to think quick on my feet. Be thankful that there's a higher power within you that is taking care of everything, and you don't have to always remember everything. That you only need to know what you need to know when you need to know it. That you don't have to be the manager of this world. You don't have to delegate when the sun comes up and when the sun goes down, and everything is in a harmony and you just get to enjoy it. Stop making yourself in charge. Because the minute you try to become in charge and you let your ego convince you that you're in charge, that's when you get stressed. Because that's when you realize how inadequate you are to be in charge. How it's not your job to know everything. How even judging things as good and evil can get you in trouble. It's like that quote that says, "The road to hell is paved with good intentions." How do you know that your intentions are truly good? Instead of setting yourself up for failure, trust that there's already a guidance, a harmony that's here, helping you. And all you have to do is tap into it. Instead of creating the rule book, learn the game that's already being played. So I don't feel anything else coming up. So I feel that's enough for today. Learn to stay spontaneous like you were when you were a child, not knowing what the next moment will bring. Stay in beginner's mind and allow the world to dazzle you. Allow it to show you things before you label them. And it will open up in a way that you have forgotten the world can be. Pure and loving and fresh. You You won't be so quick to label things as what you remember them to be. Instead, you'll allow them to show you what they can be. Much love. Till next time. Namaste.